So, to save us some time, I decided to kind of, go ahead and make my character. Just get it done and out of the way. Because, honestly, this took about an hour and a half. There are so many insane options to pick from for your character builder in this one. In terms of just everything, like, okay, so I was able to add a tattoo, but each, like, individual section of that tattoo is individually customizable with both color, saturation, intensity. I can turn them off, I can turn them on. Like, build type. The coolest thing. Okay, so facial morph. It gives you a triangle, right? You know, you've seen it. You've played Fallout. You've played Skyrim. You know this sort of thing. You get a triangle of 3 different types of, like, face. And then you can slide around the triangle and kind of, like, pick a morph between all of them. But here's the cool thing. It lets you set what the presets on the morphs are. Like, you don't get 3 default choices. You get 3 default choices, but you can change those, and there's like 40-something different faces you can add, and then you could just sit there and go, okay, I want to be between this face and this face with a little bit of this face. So many to choose from. So I got to play around with that for ages, and ultimately I came up with Veilguard. This is my character for the Veilguard. Like usual in Dragon Age games, I play an elf. I don't know why. I think elves have a very storied history in the Dragon Age setting and play a very important role narratively in the history of both the world and the adventures to happen. So I always like picking the elves because I think there's a lot of story connection to it. That's pretty cool. It is. I was blown away with some of this. So this is Veilguard. He is an elf who has joined the Shadow Dragons, which is apparently a faction of essentially resistance fighters against the tyranny and slavery of the what is it called? The Tevinter Imperium, I think it's called. But the Imperium, the one place in Thedas we haven't been to yet, really. And then I was also able to customize my Inquisitor from the last game. Which apparently it's been about 8 years. I modeled her off of the Inquisitor I played in that playthrough, which was an elf Dalish and everything. You've never played Dragon Age? Oh, you're in for a treat. This is actually a really fun setting that just has a lot of really cool stuff in it. That's kind of there's a lot of interesting spin. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask, because I will happily answer and go on and on and on and on about the lore, because I love the stories in this setting. I absolutely do. I was a Dragon Age 2 defender before there were Dragon Age 2 defenders. I played the game at launch. I played all the way through it. Everyone was like, this game is garbage. I'm like, I love it. There hasn't been a Dragon Age game I've not liked. So, oh, and of course I'm playing a mage, because that just seems like relevant to this plot line a little bit. Smidge? But yeah, so this is Veilguard. You've never even heard of it until this one? Oh, you are in for a goody treat. So far, this has been visually and aesthetically a fantastic. So the one downside is it's going to be a bit confusing here at the get-go. I think here, this would probably be the most informative way of starting behind it, is let's talk about what happened with the Inquisition. This was 8 years ago from the start of this game. This is the events of the last game, tailored to my playthrough of the last game. Murderer, herald, judge, savior. These were some of the titles heaped upon the Inquisitor as she led a force that challenged nations. 8 years ago, a catastrophic breach in the Fade a realm of magic and dreams threatened the world. Those through circumstance, or some claim, fate. A woman rose to lead an organization known as the Inquisition. Traveling many lands, rallying people to her cause, the Inquisitor closed the breach and stopped the villain behind it. She was advised throughout by an elven mage named Solus. The Inquisitor discovered, however, that Solus was in truth an ancient elven god, Fen-Haral, the Dread Wolf. He planned to restore things to their primal state when the Fade and physical reality were as one. Solus said he regretted the deaths this would cause, but claimed there was no other way to fix what was, to his eyes, an irredeemably broken world. After that, the Dread Wolf vanished, but the Inquisitor swore to find him. So, I'm sure as you imagine jumping into the latest part of an ongoing series, it was a bit spoilery if you ever play Inquisition there at the end. But, important context to know starting this game, so. And usually they're pretty good about filling in some of the details and stuff like that if you've never played the game, if you're just hopping in. They're not like one of those people that are like, oh, you don't know any of this, so blah. Anyway, we've been looking at my character for long enough. Let's start the game and look at my character some more in different lighting. So I'm two different people from game 1 and 2.
So,
yeah, more or less. I'm not going to be playing the Inquisitor in this one. She'll show up probably as an NPC.
To stop the Dread Wolf before he can perform his ritual.
Which is what happened in Inquisition. You got to bring in your character from Dragon Age 2 as an NPC in Dragon Age 3, essentially.
We finally tracked him to Minrathous, capital of the Tevinter Imperium.
Oh, it was Tevinter.
But
I was right.
I
Remember.
In a city this big, we need a local expert. So, naturally, our story begins where all great stories begin. With the seediest bar in town. And a missing contact.
But yeah, generally in Dragon Age 2, your character from Dragon Age 1 could show up. In Dragon Age 3, your character from Dragon Age 2 could show up.
Where's Veilguard?
You think you can come into my bar and make demands?
For the Dread Wolf, I thought he would have a fur coat and not look elvish, even though it said that. Well, you know, it's interesting. In the last DLC for Inquisition, he did have a big, like, furry cloak thing that he wore. But I guess that doesn't carry over into this one. And again, it was cold where we found him, so... maybe he just wears it when it's cold. Alright, let's see here. Ooh! Okay. So, beat down the entire room to get information, or let's talk this out. Must have lost it. Entirely possible. There was a lot of teleporting in that adventure. So it's entirely possible he could have just dropped it somewhere, or it got caught on something, or maybe it just got too hot, and he decided to leave it behind and forgot where.
It's not a demand, it's an offer. Telling me what I need to know is the smart play here.
How'd you figure, sweet talker?
Veilguard is my only shot at finding the Dread Wolf. I need to know where she is. We were supposed to meet here, in your bar, but you let Venatori cultists drag her away.
I didn't let them. They paid me.
So answer my questions and walk away with the coin. Or spend it cleaning up the place when I'm through. Your choice.
You're
Now, that's how you negotiate.
Dumat Plaza. That's where you'll find Nev Gallus.
Visuals in this are just stunning.
You want to get yourself killed fighting the Venatori? It's your ass.
So am I an Imperial? Technically, yes, but I'm part of a group that's like, I don't like the way the Imperium does things, so I'm trying to bring about
They
change
won't
in
listen to
society.
you.
They call them
They
the
can
Shadow
always listen to
Dragons.
Bianca.
Your friend Nev Gallus is at Dumat Plaza.
I heard. That's why you're my second in command. Although for the record, you might be too charming for your own good.
This is Varric. Varric is a dwarven bard. A weird combination, I know, especially if you're a fan of D&D, but he pulls it off so well. He's not a bard in the I'm gonna play the lute and sing songs kind of way, but he is like a master storyteller and skald. So why did he do that? Those guys weren't with me. He just wanted them to chew so we could chat. So the other thing this game does is give you icons to kind of tell you the general attitude of your responses. So you have the positive good guy, the snarky smartass, and the standoffish, you know, screw you, I'm gonna do things my way. Renegade, Paragon, and Snarky. Snarky is something that Mass Effect misses. And I always really felt that was sad because, honestly, I always found the snarky way the best way to play through these games. I'm not alone in that belief either.
See, you say that. But we do have Nev's location now, so...
Don't get cocky.
Come on. Harding will be worried.
All right. Break's over.
I hope Nev's as good at finding people as you claim.
She's the best damn detective I've ever met. If she says she's got a lead on Solus, I believe her.
So as a comparison, does this play a lot like Baldur's Gate?
The Archon's
Not
palace.
really.
Something must have gotten them riled up.
It's much more of a
Should we be in more of a hurry to get out of here?
Mass
Don't wanna look
Effect
conspicuous.
third-person
Just get out of here
action
nice and
game.
casual. Find Nev
On the
Gallus
PC,
and
you can
stop
kind of
Solus.
make it an isometric game like Baldur's Gate is, but on console, which is what we're playing it on, there's not much in the way of like the style of it. So like I get to control my character
That ritual is going
individually,
to
and I
tear
can
down
switch
the Veil,
between party
the only
members.
thing separating us from the Fade and an endless number of demons. I have to talk him down.
Wait! But I didn't do anything!
Is that the space station from Star Wars Episode 1?
Are they after us? Is it because of the bar?
Word travels fast in Minrathous.
We've got to help her.
We don't have time to get arrested, especially if we...
You're wondering because the top-down camera thing you weren't really a big fan of? That's fair. You'd like the Dragon Age games, though, because that mode is there, but entirely optional in pretty much every single one of them.
The ritual started. But if we hurry, we can still stop Solus before
But the
it
default is
finishes.
kind of just following
Let's
behind
go.
your character in third person and controlling it
It's this
more like
way.
an action game.
She'll get us to Dumat Plaza, then Nev will get us to Solus.
Oh, demons! Wonderful. I like how bouncy my hair is.
Solus summoning demons on purpose?
My guess is the Veil is weakening, and they're slipping through the cracks.
And when the veil comes down completely?
Ah,
And the
then
whole
that.
world is going to look a lot like this. Come on, this way. It should get us to Harding.
I don't know if I was supposed to do that. Oh, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to do it. So the warning wasn't for her, just we were looking for someone kind of thing? Yeah, pretty much.
You're safe now. Get inside and bar the door as quick as you can, okay?
Thank you, miss.
And this is Harding. She was a scout in the last game.
I've been doing what I can
Now
to
she
help.
is a party member.
The ritual must be weakening the Veil. There are a lot of scared people out here.
And a lot of demons. Haven't seen this many come through the Fade in years.
And what about you two? Are you okay?
Fought some demons, and the Archon's palace took a few shots at us. Nothing we couldn't handle.
Speak for yourself.
Have you got my gear?
Right over there.
Yay! My staff!
Where's Nev
Why-
Gallus?
why didn't I
Wasn't
have
she
the
at the meeting
staff?
point?
Venatori got to her first.
Well, probably because I'm a mage. They don't like mages here.
Keep it quiet.
I'm not surprised our detective did something to piss off a cult of murderous blood mages, but their timing stinks. The bar owner said the Venatori took Nev to Dumont Plaza. Can you get us there, Harding?
Rook, you're with the Shadow Dragons. I figured you'd know Minrathous better than I do.
Sure, but Minrathous is huge. This is nowhere near my neighborhood. I can try.
Don't worry. Scouting's my specialty. Follow me.
Can I break the pots?
Eyes up. We've got company.
I see a lot of pots. So are you supposed to be a newbie to the party or a veteran that wasn't seen in the last game? As far as I understand it, Rook is a new recruit by Varric to help on the mission to hunt down Solus. He was not part of the Inquisition originally. Perform a light attack with the square button. With light attack, you can use your light attack up to 3 times in a row to create a chain. The last hit of the final attack fires multiple bolts.
Here they come.
Use L1 to defend.
I think that's the last of them.
Good. Let's get to Dumont Plaza and find Nev. You two all right? Patch yourselves up if you need it.
I can break the pots.
Solus tears down the veil. Doesn't that destroy everything?
Solus always talked about how
Green
beautiful the
puppet.
ancient world was.
That world existed before the Veil, and he wants to bring it back.
Oh no, I think that's Dumont Plaza.
Crap. Let's move.
Oh, that's where we're going.
They're the ones who made trouble at the bar.
Venatori cultists!
Reinforcements should be here soon.
I hate these assholes. Looks like the Venatori put up a barrier to block the way.
What's this? Oh, blood magic seals. If I destroy the crystals, it destroys the wall. Gotcha.
More intruders! Friendly bunch of cultists, aren't they?
Used to fight these assholes every day in the Shadow Dragons.
Glad you kept up track.
Okay, those are metal urns. I can't do much for them, but
Come on. Guess we're sliding down.
They're allies of Nev Gallus. Kill them all.
ooh, use R1 to select your new arcane shot ability. It requires 50 mana to use. Mages generate mana over time. Oh.
The Venatori owned these streets. Venatori, take your revenge!
I like how it, like, on ranged attacks, it actually shows, like, a little line connecting it to, like, show you that, like, you're being targeted by a current ability.
Another barrier. But it looks like Nev's work, not the Venatori's.
Oh, I should investigate, not blow it up. Gotcha. Oh,
Very exciting. Not the worst timing.
so that wasn't just like a decoration on your portrait.
It's
You just
so
have a
good to
really
see
weird
you.
hat.
We thought the Venatori had kidnapped you.
They thought the same thing. A lot of Venatori in the city have reason to hate me. Figured I'd play along. Find out who wanted to settle the score this time. Then the sky started raining demons. So I'm back on the job.
Appreciate it. Rook, this is Nev Gallus, our local expert. She's gonna help us
I
find
thought I was your
Solus.
local expert.
Nev, meet Rook. Both of you have done some work for the Shadow Dragons.
Isn't that a coincidence?
Some old friends said if I was working in Tevinter, the Shadow Dragons are worth trusting.
Who told you that?
Nice to meet you. Based on the Venatori, you've got excellent taste in enemies.
I do my best.
You said you had a lead?
I haven't seen Solus in person, but I did find hints of old magic. Similar to what you get in elven ruins.
Or at magic nursing
I traced
homes.
it to a building beneath Our Lady of Victory. That's where your man is hiding.
Then let's go. Before this ritual he's doing gets any worse.
Worse, this ritual's already drawing more power than I'd expect from a dozen mages. You told me he was working alone.
I also told you he was an ancient elven god.
An elven god. Well, whatever he is, he's causing trouble.
Looks like someone didn't know how to wear a professor hat.
Let's go.
I would be so paranoid wearing a hat like that. I really would. I'd constantly think about it slipping and everything. She's gotta have it pinned or something, right? Because how? I mean, I suppose technically she's a mage or something. Or maybe that's what she uses to keep it on there.
He
But
wants to bring down the veil. Hopefully that ritual takes his full attention.
So we catch him while he's doing his ritual, so he can't fight us.
That's the hope. If it comes to a straight-up fight, we're dead.
all right, so that's where we need to get to. Ah, here,
We can
zip.
slide down.
I'm getting too old for this.
You were thinking that too.
There.
I mean, I don't know how else you would do it. There's got to be something keeping it on, right?
Looks like the Venatori also found it. And then demons found them.
Oh, why am I breaking this down if you'll all just scoot around too? Alright, can I get into... Do I have a menu yet? That's a map. Oh, the library. On Tevinter Templars. When one mentions the Templar Order, you no doubt picture the armored members of the Southern Chantry. These Templars are trained to combat uncontrolled magic, blood magic, and abominations with the goal of protecting people, including the mages themselves, from the most violent manifestations of mystical power. However, they also embody the Southern Chantry's control over mages and enforce many of its strict rules and regulations in the area. Alright, that actually tie into what the Shadow Dragons are? No. Ooh! Lore Journal. The Elven Gods, the rulers of ancient Elven Empire, also referred to as the Evanurus in ancient Elven texts. I thought the Evanurus was a mirror. Eh. Oh, they actually acknowledged the Titans from the last game. Mythical stone beings of incredible size and strength. Ancient paintings of the Titans depict them as linked to the earth. And that was about all we learned about them. Right? I just found some money or something? Range attack. Hold R2 to channel your magic beam.
Enchantment on the entrance. I can get it.
What was the little floaty ball around me?
So
Oh, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for, like...
this is the Dread Wolf's hideout.
One of them, at least. Not sure how long he's been here.
Some of this looks ancient.
Solus has been
I have a little
around
dagger
longer
I
than
can use,
Rathus
too.
itself.
Neat. Person, doggy. Eyeball. I'm more curious about this one. This is like big imposing figure ordering this to happen. Like, so is the wolf not the one in charge? I was under the impression that it was the wolf that was in charge, but maybe there's more to this story. Is anyone else getting, like, Prometheus vibes? A little bit? Just a smidge? Doggy statue.
More demons.
Mages can use the orb and dagger combo. Use square to attack with the orb, and then use triangle to attack with the dagger. Orb attacks are much quicker than staff attacks, but with shorter range. Each hit with the orb applies an arcane mark. On the third, it becomes an arcane bomb. Using the dagger on an arcane bomb will deal a large amount of damage. Like that. Okay, so down switches between the two combat styles. So dagger and orb and staff.
Locked. There must be a way to open it. Let's look around.
Yeah, the way I was already
Air's
going.
full of magic. Solus used a lot of power for something.
Solus, the Dread Wolf, Fenharel. He's got a lot of names.
I always called him Chuckles.
Nice work.
Let's see what's on
So
the other
Solus, Fenharal, the Dread Wolf, Chuckles. That doggy's holding a lantern. Oh,
That's some
my
magic.
boots.
Definitely not from Tevinter. Any guesses what it is?
It's called an alluvian. They're elven and very old.
It acts like a doorway from one place to another.
Oh, okay, so
Solus uses
Alluvian
them
were
to
the
get around
mirrors.
quickly.
Evanuris
gone
were
through
the
it.
elf gods. Too many E words.
Well, we're not in Minrathous anymore.
I know these trees. This is Arlethan Forest.
And there's your ritual. The power involved. I've never seen anything like it.
I know these woods. This is
The tremors are
Ontario.
getting worse.
And we've got demons.
Armor protects enemies from most damage, but you can break through it with... Well, I mean, it says break through it with the
demons were bad back in Minrathous.
The Fades and
Triangle,
Best is close
but
to the ritual.
I just
No
kept
telling
hitting
what
it.
can come through.
That worked.
Does it feel like those tremors are getting worse?
Keep moving and try not to think about it.
Not Ontario? Hey, better Ontario than Uncle Quebec. There's something there. Uncle in Quebec. You short that something. I'm sure of it.
We get tremors every time one of those big crystals at the ritual site lights up.
Not many of them left to light. I want to hurry.
Like the K sound in Uncle and the Q sound in Quebec. Definitely feels like there's something there. I'll eventually come up with it. It'll be like 10 minutes after stream ends and it'll hit me.
Almost there.
Ritual site approach.
Quite a few of them, aren't there?
Nothing compared to how many will get as Solus finishes this ritual.
I'm assuming triangle is the heavy attack for the staff.
We have to stop this demon quickly.
Whoa. You'll be having morning tea and then figure out the pun. That sounds about right
How
for
did
me.
demon this large get through the veil?
It's a pride.
It's a pride demon. The thing sensed Solus's ego.
Let's get to Solus.
Fair. I mean, you can only imagine the pride demons attracted to someone who calls themselves a god.
All right. I'll take it from here.
Are you sure?
Positive. You three just keep the demons off me while I talk to him.
Fair.
All right.
Solus isn't gonna stop just because an old friend asks nicely.
Solus needs someone to sell him another option, to help him justify changing his mind.
Look, if anyone has the charisma to pull this off, it's Varric. I mean, he's even got more charisma than he used to. Look, he's got such a suave beard now. Loving that beard.
We've got your back. If anyone can get through to him, you can.
Well, I mean, or the
Thanks,
Inquisitor,
Rocky.
but
Whatever
she's
else
not
he
here.
is, he's my friend. And if he won't listen to me, then he'll hear from Bianca.
Bianca, for those who are unfamiliar,
More
is
demons.
the name of his crossbow.
Take care of the team for me.
Oh. Red flag. Red flag!
Hey, Chuckles. Hope I'm not interrupting.
Varric, I'd offer you something to eat, but I'm in the middle of something.
Let's buy him some time.
I hope Varric is getting through to Solus.
We better talk fast. We can't hold these demons off forever.
I mean, we are on the easiest difficulty. I think we could probably hold them off forever.
The Veil is a wound inflicted upon this world. It must be healed.
By drowning the world in demons?
I have taken precautions to minimize the damage, Varric.
Minimize the... People are dying right now. You need to listen.
That is not how we listen, Varric. We use our listening words. There you go. Foreshadowing, if you've ever seen it. Yeah. Same with the crossbow being blown away. His prized possession that he's had for 3 games?
Shit. We need a better plan.
Do you want me to take the shot?
Won't work. He's too powerful.
What if we disrupt the ritual?
How?
See those statues? If we break the scaffolding holding that one up, the whole thing will come down on Solus.
It's risky. Interrupting a ritual of this scale will have consequences.
Well,
What
yeah.
about the demons? Varric needs us to hold them off.
Right, you two stay here. I'll bring down the statue.
What? No. Stepping into all that raw magic is suicide.
The storm could tear you apart.
Anyone got a better idea?
Fine, but you'll need backup.
I have a better idea. We could all
I'm
go
a mage.
home and
I'll
make
go.
hot chocolate
Either way,
and
someone
just,
needs
you
to stay
know,
back and deal with the demons.
let someone else deal with it. Harding will follow me into greater danger, or Nev will follow me into greater danger. Ooh. He's got a funny head. Everyone's kind of got a funny head. Speaking as someone who, like, routinely gives himself a buzz cut just because I don't like to deal with hair, my wife hates it because my head's got a bunch of funny shapes in it. It's the other reason I use a VTuber persona. My head's funny shaped. But it's okay. Funny head shaped solidarity. Harding, you're with me.
Let's go, Harding. Nev, keep the demons off.
Well, his is more defined
You got
because
it.
of his bald head, and that is precisely why I go for the buzz cut instead of the bald look. Arguing inaudibly. You can't do this! Yes, I can. I'm in the middle of doing it. Well, I mean, you can do it, but, you know, you probably shouldn't. Well, that is debatable. Yes, that's why we're debating it. See, that person's
Why
even
tear
got a
down
funnier
the veil?
shaped head because it's got
Knowing
like
what
a
lives it'll cost.
look in it.
We shared a journey years ago. Do you believe that I would do this if there was some other better option?
Yeah,
The pillar's weak,
you
but
kind of have your head stuck up your butt.
We need to push it!
I'm with you.
Together! Now!
You came a long way and made a valiant effort, Varric, but this story does not end with my downfall.
Push!
It ends with the Veilguard. Because that is the name of the game. He's got a fancy knife, though. I'm kind of wondering where he got that. I'm trying to remember if he got the fancy knife in the last game, or... It's been a while since I played it. No! Little known fact, dwarven hearts are on the upper right side of the chest.
Varric! Varric! Oh, no. Harding!
Let's go. This way.
I have a concussion. What about Varric? That was supposed to be two separate sentences. Hence the concussion part. For you, you go with what the youths called a fade, but you're super lazy to get a haircut and let it grow for a long time. See, this is the other perk of doing the buzz cut, is because I could do it at home. With my own clippers, I don't need to go anywhere or pay anyone, and would I just bleed out for the back of my head? I guess I did have a concussion. I was just joking, but dang. No, we're not calling it that. We're calling it Dragon Age Veilguard. Every other title in the series has been Dragon Age Origins,
You have
Dragon
no
Age
idea what
Inquisition.
you have done.
No the.
Soulless.
I know what I did. I stopped you from destroying the world.
I was not destroying the world.
You were destroying the world. You were bringing back your world,
When you disrupted
but
my
it
vision,
destroyed
the
my
magical
world.
energies pulled me here, into the Fade.
Okay, so that's why you're here. But why am I here?
Because
Your physical
you
body
are
is
having
unconscious,
a delusional
but you
vision
shed a few
from a
drops of
result
blood at
of
the
a
ritual
concussion.
site. Enough for a tenuous connection.
Blood magic?
Firstly, I abhor the use of blood magic. Secondly, had I the power to control you, I would already have used it.
This is a trick. Fine, talk. I'd like to wake up now, please.
So all I have to do to get away from you is wake up.
And how much experience do you have willing yourself from sleep to wakefulness?
Can't be that hard.
While you practice, perhaps you would like to hear about the consequences of your actions.
Meaning?
The Evanurus, or as you would call them, the Elven Gods. The creatures that escaped. In ancient times, they ruled the elves, but that was not enough. They sought not just to be obeyed, but to be worshipped.
Hence
When
the
I
god
rebelled, they
thing.
drew on the horrific magic of the Blight, corrupting all they saw until I trapped them.
So I saw the blood
Thanks
on my
to you,
hand,
though,
and I was just kind of like,
I am now trapped,
no.
and the blighted Elven Gods walk free.
But you're trapped, and the blighted elven gods walk free. Yeah, well, then why were you opening that? Well, I mean, Solus, that is the name of God. Yeah. Solomon went, faint. I'm not used to seeing my own blood. I'm a mage. I fight on the back lines. This is something those, what are they called? Warriors do? Yes, the warriors. They get the blood. Not me. I'm a mage. We don't do the blood.
Right, you were innocently doing nothing when we came along.
The prison in which I had trapped them had begun to crumble. I was moving them to another.
So you weren't tearing down the veil and drowning the world in demons and wild magic?
Well, I mean,
I had a plan.
that was part of it, but...
Explanation for why none of this was your fault.
Varric.
Yeah, he said that's your style. Never quite lies, clever half-truths that let you convince yourself you're doing the right thing. He tried to talk to you anyway, and now he's hurt.
Varric is quite practiced at shading the truth himself.
So
Oh,
those
he's a
things
bard.
you got out. You said they were gods?
They said they were gods.
I'm a support, not a
Blighted,
frontliner.
Tyrannical, sadistic gods. It took all my power to imprison them millennia ago, but I am certain you will be fine.
That's really helpful. What are you, the elven god of sarcasm?
Lies, treachery, and rebellion, depending upon the
So,
story.
yeah, sarcasm.
And how could I help?
I mean,
I do not
lies,
have
treachery, and
my ritual
rebellion
down.
are pretty much the
I cannot
cornerstones
access
of
my network of mirrors to travel
rebellion.
from the lighthouse to
I mean,
anywhere in the world.
sarcasm.
All I can offer is what I know.
Helpful advice from the elven god of, and I am quoting you here, lies, treachery, and rebellion.
Depending on the story.
Eldenar and Gillenane are your problem to solve.
I've exchanged verbal jabs with Solus.
Responsibility now.
Why? Why tear down the veil?
Do you want me to take the shot?
You want me to take this shot?
You have no idea what you have done.
Oh, Varric's still alive.
Your responsibility.
Color me shocked.
Look who's still with us.
Varric, you're okay. But I saw Solus stab you. You
Yeah,
fell.
in the shoulder, man.
I've had